Welcome to Mark Twain Properties, Lending Alternatives 2. And we are your premier source for hard money lending. Now, many people ask, what is hard money lending? And I want to make this very clear. Hard money lending is for getting money in cases that banks and other institutions won't allow it. They won't give it to you. So right now is a great time for real estate, for property investment. Yet banks are not willing to lend in many cases. When banks will lend 70% of your purchase price. So if you buy a property, they'll lend 70% of that, up to 70% of that. And no rehab is included. So many times you've got your 30% down, plus you have your rehab funds that are going into that property. Now, if you're independently wealthy, that's fine, but for a lot of people who are looking to get into real estate, this is a problem, and it keeps a lot of people out. With a company like Mark Twain Properties, what we do is we're the #1 lender in the St. Louis area for hard money loans, because we work and we help you, we work with contractors, we help to make you successful in your lending process. We have never failed on one loan in our over 5 years of doing loans. Not once has any of our investors gone to a table for closing and the funds not having been there. That's unlike other companies in this area. Also, #2, when it comes to this whole process, our knowledge and expertise, myself and one of our other assistants, we have over 90 rental properties within the St. Louis area. So we have experience, we have knowledge, we have the know-how to help you have a successful experience. Now, right over here, some of the things that you'll find is we will do purchase and rehab of your hard money loans on your properties. We'll do that. Up to 100% of it we'll do. Now, that's going to also be based on your property value. The after repair value is going to be dependent on your situation, how much cash flow you have, how many assets you have, the area, the outlook, the environment, everything. We take into account everything on these loans. But we will do 100% of the purchase and the rehab cost on it. Now, why again is this so important? Because there are costs and fees. You're going to incur the origination fees. You're going to have a higher interest rate than what you would find on regular loans. Here's why. When you go to refinance the property to keep it as a rental, all the banks right now, many of them will not do cash outs. Some will, a lot won't. But they will do a rate and term refinance, so there's no money out of your pocket. Let's again go to an example. Let's say you're purchasing a house for $25,000 and you need $15,000 for fix-up. So you have a total loan with us for $40,000. What the banks will do is they will pay off this note of $40,000. And again, you had no money going into the project, and now when the banks refinance this, you have no money into the property. Instead, you have equity. Because let's say that that property has appraised out at $80,000. So the bank feels good because they've only loaned you a fraction of what the house is worth. You feel good because you were able to buy the property with nothing out of your pocket, fix it up, and then refinance it. Now you have it as a rental. Now, in isolated cases, you may be able to do a cash out. You may find a bank or a lender that we work with, or maybe you know, who will take the appraised value and they'll give you a cash out. But again, if you just look at the simple strategy of getting into a property, keeping your money out of it, that is how you make money in real estate. You try to keep your money out of the property so you can go and buy the next one and the next one. Now, there's some very definite keys, and as you go through this process, please use me. I am basically the person that you'll speak to on coordinating deals, on arranging on what makes sense. Then you'll be dealing with other people on our staff to determine exactly the fix-up, the cost, the budgeting, everything else. We are here to serve you, but at the same regard, we're here to educate you and take you step by step through this process. Thanks again for coming to the site. Thank you for using Mark Twain Properties, the #1 hard money lender in St. Louis.